Lincoln, Nebraska. While some people may perceive Lincoln as just another flyover city, I'm actually here to tell you that there's a lot to appreciate and discover about this Midwestern gem. If you're looking to move to Lincoln, whether that be for a job relocation, or you're looking to move closer to family, or you're just looking for a change of pace, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to be sharing 5 essential things that you'll need to know before making the move to Lincoln. Hey everyone, my name is Abby Hansen. I am a realtor with Nebraska Realty here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And if you're wondering what it's like to work, eat, play, live here in Lincoln, then you have come to the right place. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're thinking about making the move to Lincoln, make sure to shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call, days, nights, weekends. I've got your back when moving here to Lincoln. But let's dive into the video now. Let's talk about the cost of living here in Lincoln. Overall, the cost of living in Lincoln is relatively affordable compared to other cities in the United States. Now, the cost of living can be described through the cost of living index. This index basically just measures how expensive it is to live in a particular place compared to other places. The cost of living index takes into account prices of goods and services such as housing, transportation, food, healthcare, and so on. A cost of living index number of 100 means that the cost of living in that place is average. Anything below 100 means that the cost of living is below average, and anything above 100 means the cost of living is above average. Lincoln, Nebraska has a cost of living index score of 91.5, making Lincoln a less expensive city to live in than the national average. Let's take a look at a couple different cities' cost of living and compare it to Lincoln. So according to nerdwallet.com's cost of living calculator, if you're a resident of Chicago, Illinois, and you have a pre-tax household income of $100,000, to maintain your standard of living in Lincoln, you need a household income of $74,672. The cost of living is 25% lower in Lincoln. Housing costs are 48% lower in Lincoln, transportation costs are 20% lower, and food costs are 10% lower. Let's compare a coastal city. So let's jump to the East Coast, Boston to be exact. So let's say in Boston you have a pre-taxed income of $100,000. To maintain your standard of living in Lincoln, you only need a household income of $59,349. The cost of living in Lincoln is 41% lower. Housing costs are 65% lower. Transportation costs are 21% lower. And food costs are 17% lower. Now I know what you're thinking. You can't really compare Boston and Lincoln. It's not really apples to apples, but this is just for example. But let's do one last example and jump back to another Midwestern city. So we'll go to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Again, your pre-tax household income is $100,000. To maintain your standard of living in Lincoln, you'll need a household income of $91,374. The cost of living in Lincoln is 9% lower. Housing costs are 15% lower. Transportation costs are 9% lower. And food costs are 2% lower. As you can see, the cost of living is relatively low in Lincoln compared to other cities in the United States, and Lincoln generally offers high quality of life at a reasonable cost. But let's talk about Lincoln's job market now. Lincoln's job market has a growing and diverse market with opportunities in government, tech, finance, healthcare, and education. And according to a U.S. News article, Lincoln has a healthier job market compared to other similar-sized metro areas. And Lincoln's unemployment rate has consistently been below the national average. The capital city is home to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and Lincoln Public Schools, so there's a ton of job opportunity in education. And Bryan Health also offers several job opportunities in the healthcare sector. There's also a mixture of homegrown and national companies such as Nelnet, Emeritus, and Kawasaki Motors, and more. Lincoln also has a thriving startup and technology scene with companies such as Huddle, Spreetail, and Don't Panic Labs calling Lincoln home. Lincoln is also part of what's called the Silicon Prairie. This is a nickname given to the Midwestern region in the United States that's becoming known for their technology sector, specifically in tech startups and established companies. Overall, with low unemployment rate, a steady job growth, Lincoln's job market can be considered a healthy one and could be an attractive option for people who are considering relocating. Now let's talk about things to do in Lincoln. Now, whether you're an outdoorsy person or you prefer more of an urban exploration, Lincoln has something for just about everyone. Lincoln has over 60 walking trails, 136 parks, and several recreational areas such as Holmes Lake, Pioneers Park, and the Sunken Gardens. Lincoln also has several public golf courses, sports fields, and outdoor swimming pools. Lincoln also has a really strong art and culture scene. Lincoln has several museums, galleries, and theaters such as the Rococo Theater, the Sheldon Art Gallery, and the Leeds Center for Performing Arts. Additionally, the Haymarket District downtown offers a variety of shops, bars, restaurants, and entertainment venues downtown, offering fun for everyone. Now let's talk about the weather here in Lincoln. Lincoln, Nebraska is a city that fully embraces the concept of all four seasons. Each season brings a change in weather, landscape, and different activities to do. Springtime in Lincoln is pretty mild for the most part. Temperatures range from 40 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a season where thunderstorms and tornadoes are most likely to occur. But when the weather is good, you will find that the weather is perfect for going on walks or a bike ride or visiting different farmers markets or community gardens. Summers in Lincoln are pretty hot and humid. Temperatures range from about mid 80s to mid 90s, and sometimes heat waves can actually push temperatures past 100. So you'll want to be sure you're kicking it by a pool or visit one of the many lakes outside of the Lincoln area. Fall is a much anticipated season here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's beautiful. The landscape changes to a palette of different oranges, yellows, and reds. Temperatures usually range between mid 50s to mid 60s, and that makes it perfect for a bunch of outdoor activities. Fall season is usually associated with Husker football, bonfires, pumpkin patches, apple orchards, making it a favorite season for many locals. Winter in Lincoln is usually pretty cold and snowy. Temperatures can range from the low 20s to the mid 30s, and sometimes it can get pretty cold here, and temperatures can be below zero. Snowfall is pretty common. Winter storms are pretty common too, which then can call for, icy conditions and things like that. So you'll for sure want to bundle up in the wintertime. Last but not least, let's talk about Lincoln's commute time. You know what they say about people's commute time? It's that it's the worst part of people's day. But if you're living in Lincoln, Nebraska, you might just disagree. Lincoln has an average commute time of just 19 minutes, which will leave you plenty of time to do all the other things in life that you enjoy. Lincoln is just a city that knows how to keep things moving. It usually doesn't even take more than 25 minutes to get from the north side of Lincoln all the way to the south side of Lincoln. So unlike a lot of other cities in the US, you won't be wasting a ton of time in your car. Well, there you have it. 5 things you need to know before making the move to Lincoln. If you have any questions about any properties in Lincoln, or you're looking for more information about Lincoln and surrounding areas, leave a comment, or again, shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call, days, nights, weekends. I've got your back when you're moving to Lincoln.